Well, no trip to the Northwest would be complete without a little rain, and we've got a lot of rain falling right now at Lumen Field in downtown Seattle.
Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the New York Giants and the Seattle Seahawks. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Not much leg here. Fields this at the 24-yard line.
And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
They'll run here with a rookie second-round pick, Kenneth Walker.
And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Another 6-yard carry, same as last play. 1st down.
The Seahawks sitting at 5-2 on the year. They come in on a good run, winners of 5 of their last 7.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Dexter Lawrence finding his way through defensively for the stop.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
On 2nd down, it's Walker.
And he's going to take this one down inside the 45.
This defense for the Giants, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd.
On 3rd down, here's Walker. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 1st down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
To throw is Smith. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Partner, I came into this game eager to see how they would hold up in man coverage. On that play, they held up quite well.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10.
From the gun, it's Walker.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. He hits his target. Lockett. Touchdown! Tyler Lockett, his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Seahawks' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Footing always a concern, but the extra points up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
they'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jones. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended target, Saquon Barkley, and it's 3rd down.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they'd really have all the momentum on their side. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. But Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick 6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
From the 24, Smith. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
He lets it fly for Lockett. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Myers connects on the PAT. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Taken at about the 1. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
Jones finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. It's a giant first down on a gain of 16. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing, Jones. Going up top. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Walker now on 1st and 10. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Okay, ready?
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
Ready.
And Walker once more. Oh, he's got a little daylight. 56 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
So that's what that elbow in my ribs was all about. You thought they were going to throw the ball as well.
Absolutely. I think everybody thought they were throwing the football. Caught him off guard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you have the courage to make that type of a play call, a lot of times you actually get rewarded.
And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
From the 41, Smith. Throw out wide to Walker. They'll get it inside the 20. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards and just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was absolutely out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the top speed he attained there, according to Next Gen Stats, 21.3 miles per hour. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
From the 29, Jones. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Jones, eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Jones. This is Shepard on the catch. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. In motion goes the tight end. Here's Jones on 1st down. And his throw here's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones.
As this complete to Daniel Bellinger. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
They'll look to throw again. Being chased out left. And that is incomplete.
But I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
On 4th down, Jones.
He's got Bellinger. And he is going to have the Giants' 1st down as they wind up with a gain of 11 there on 4th down.
Give them 11 on the gain there, and that leads to a New York 1st down. Back to throw again. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
Just a yard to go here on 2nd down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
He's had it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Deep ball for Goodwin. That's caught inside the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Marquise Goodwin in the final seconds of the 1st half.
And the Seahawks will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
You said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
4 seconds, all that remain here in this first half as the kick gets away. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
1 second, all that remains.
Now Jones. A final shot before break. Dancing to his left.
And they get Jones for the 3rd time in this ball game. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick, and he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half.
So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit, as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
Looking for Shepard deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jamal Adams.
And the Seahawks are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team is struggling to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out, because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now, because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
It's caught. Lockett.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Both sides were holding their breath there on that fourth down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get them about 5 yards.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Second down at 5. On second down.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there. And it helps him move the sticks. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
It's amazing how much advice defensive players get on 3rd down. You hear the bench screaming out, watch the draw, watch the screen, watch the pass here. Very rarely do they reference watching the fullback, and he slipped through and picked up a first down.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
If this was boxing, you think maybe they would have thought about stopping this one because this defense has been bruised, it's been battered, but this is why they keep the fight going, right? They just got done with a really nice play, showing they still got a little bit left, don't they?
Haven't had many plays that they can clip, put in the film room, and smile about, but, hey, there's one.
Clip and save.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's Smith. Walker with a grab, left side.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Touchdown, Seahawks.
Kenneth Walker
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll increase their lead to 28. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
fields it right around the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Jones throw taken in by Slayton.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 yards and a Giant first down.
Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard, trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
From the 39, Jones flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He's got a man, complete. A big play there for the Giants. 61 yards.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket, but it's a lot to...
And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley,
his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out to this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Smith going to throw on 3rd and 1. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Marquise Goodwin, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Seahawks are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
And now here's another interception.
Picked off by Kevin Farley. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe...
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
Ken Walker
with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Seahawks are closing in on a 6-2 start as they extend this fourth quarter advantage.
Myers connects on the PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. They'll probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Jones. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. Dexter Lawrence that time in on the stop. 6 yards left on second down.
They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. On the give, this is their fullback.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. The give to the fullback on the dive. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. And now a carry here for the fullback.
Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line.
It's a gain of 15. First down, Seahawks. They'll try and run with their fullback. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Throwing on third down, Smith.
Short pass tip, but caught anyway.
And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
Now that's the defensive coordinator's nightmare right there. You're covering everyone, and the guy's not even the intended receiver ends up making the play.
Right place, right time, I guess.
When that ball's tipped up in the air like that, you've got to go up and get it. Offense and defense, and in this case, the offense ended up grabbing it.
And it's caught. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the fourth, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
So the victory here for Seattle. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you can just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for the Seahawks,
they run their mark to 6-2 on the year.
And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10.